It is Memorial Day for many Americans, the unofficial kickoff to summer, but much more importantly here, a time for all of us to honor those soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who died in service to our country. Like so many commanders-in-chief before him, President Obama placed a wreath last hour at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery. He said America can never forget its debt to military families.
And so here on these hallowed grounds, we rededicate ourselves to our sacred obligations to all who wear America's uniform and to the families who stand by them always. That our troops will have the resources they need to do their job. That our nation will never stop searching for those who've gone missing, who are held as prisoners of war. That, as we've been reminded in recent days, we must do more to keep faith with our veterans and their families and ensure they get the care and opportunities that they've earned and that they deserve.
Mr. Obama just returned this morning from a quick trip to Afghanistan, his first there in 2 years. Aides say the visit had nothing to do with the growing scandal over wait times and cover-ups at veterans' hospitals. And the president never brought it up, as he just did briefly at Arlington. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel has some thoughts on that subject, and he shared them with my CNN colleague Jake Tapper in Washington. Hi there, Jake. Good to see you. So tell us, what did Hagel tell you?
Well, we talked about a lot of topics. We talked about Syria. We talked about rescuing the girls in Nigeria. But the focus of the interview in many ways was Memorial Day. He, of course, comes to the VA story from a very interesting perspective. He is a Vietnam veteran, Secretary Chuck Hagel, and also he worked for the VA during the Reagan administration and resigned in protest. So I thought he might have a specific reaction, so I asked him about it. Are you appalled when you see these stories?
It makes me sick to my stomach, because it is a clear responsibility we have as a country, as a people, to take care of these men and women and their families who sacrifice so much. I know systems are imperfect. I mean, I get that. But when you've got what we do know, and you're right, we need to get the facts. Let's see exactly what happened, why it happened, how it happened. Then we've got to fix it. Then we have to fix it.
And Pamela, the Secretary Hagel did not, of course, call for the resignation of the Veterans Administration Secretary General Shinseki, but he did repeat what President Obama has said, which is they need to find out what went wrong and not only fix it, but only then will there be some accountability.
Really looking forward to seeing your interview with Secretary Hagel. Jake, thank you so much. You can catch the entire interview with Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel today at 4 p.m. Eastern on The Lead. And I'm joined now from Raleigh, North Carolina by Jessie Jane Duff. She is a retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant who now serves on the organizing committee of Concerned Veterans for America. So great to have you here with us. We appreciate you coming on this Memorial Day. I want to first just start by... Absolutely. I want to start here just by asking you, what or whom do you blame for veterans waiting months for medical care? Is it the system, the leaders, both? What do you think?
Well, essentially, we've seen that this is extensive VA mismanagement, and it's been going on for years. The scandal in Phoenix is just the one that basically broke the ice open with the whistleblowers. The past year alone, we've seen deaths in Dorn Medical Facility, 5 men waiting to get in for colonoscopies who died because the wait times were so long. Augusta, Atlanta, all of these deaths are rampant throughout the country. 700 veterans were sick with Legionnaire's disease up in Ohio, and there's a lawsuit pending now for one that died who went in for surgery and ended up getting ill and dying. The executives have hidden their wait times for long periods of time, and we hope that Secretary Shinseki resolves this problem.
Do you think, because obviously a lot of blame has been put on Shinseki, some people calling for him to be fired, do you think that would solve things?
Well, essentially, my organization did ask for his resignation, but we're at a point now where the president has made it clear he wants to see the results of these investigations. So this is where we're at now. Let's get this fixed. Let's hold the executives accountable. For example, we've got veterans that have been waiting over 4 months with gangrene, heart disease, problems dealing with brain tumors in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 19 different facilities have been shown to have these scandals with wait times. See, the VA's policy is you have to have 14 days to get signed up for an appointment. So the executives are hiding that their wait lists are 4 and 5 months. We've got to be able to get these executives to be able to them because they are breaking the policies of the VA.
And of course, this investigation is still underway, and of course, we're waiting to find out the results of that. But this is a story that has garnered national attention. You point out that only 1% of Americans serve in the military. Jessie, do you feel the country understands the full scope of the crisis facing its returning service members?
Oh, absolutely not, because most people are only aware of the 40 veterans that died in Phoenix waiting to be seen. Less than 1%, as you said, in this country have served this nation. So not only do we want to remember on this Memorial Day those who have died with the ultimate sacrifice for their country, we want to remember those veterans that still need our care because they're dying now by the hands of the VA. Let me explain one last thing, is that we had 53 veterans die a day in 2011 by the VA's own records, just waiting for their benefits to get into the system. So these deaths have been going on for an extended period of time. And of course, on this Memorial Day, there's a lot of thought going into this, and we just want to thank all of our veterans for your service and for the sacrifices you made for our country, and also for all of those service members who are still serving our country. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Jessie Jane Duff, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.